Hiya, my name's David. I am the Wandering Ponderer. This is all, that's Abbey Mill, and this is the river. And the way the river is designed, the Abbey Mill, when the monks built that, they actually redug the river to what you've seen in the last video, where it comes down under a bridge. They built that bridge that I showed you in the opening of the message to Jeff, and the river naturally followed a different course, but they wanted to alter the river to drive what they call a head of water that would drive the mill. Here we are. This, all down here, is the original path of the river. Doesn't look much now. But what the monks did all these years ago from the Abbey to make the mill, a working design, they had to recut the river, and the monks did it all by hand themselves. So the natural course of the river was altered, and this bridge, since the monks built a bridge over here, has been rebuilt. The last rebuild, so that is saying 1912. But this is a recut of the river, and because most of the water goes down here, in comparison to what I've just shown you down there, the natural course of the river was behind those trees and down under the bridge there. So I would have thought that the natural floodplain was down there. But back in the days, when all this was done, these were the days before sewers under the ground, and I'm going to show you. Everything people did ended up in the river at some point. But over here, these channels, according to the Coggeshall guide that I've been reading, they were part of a sewer system. So everything obviously not concreted back in the day. That's part of a newer addition. And whatever flows down that channel ends up in the river. So you don't really want to be drinking from the river. This is a tiny little park. This is not far from that house. That house built in 1560. Sitting out here amongst all the history makes you think. The changes that have been going on in Coggeshall over the years are, in some cases, I suppose, necessary. In others, changes like the quarry, the thing that makes a town, this town, so nice is the nature and the environment that surrounds it. And you start pulling all that to pieces, you actually begin to remove the heart and soul of any settlement. And people look out of their windows and see these lovely views and the lovely countryside, and then all of a sudden that's now just more houses. And this is the march of time, but this is a step backwards. I laugh at people like Elon Musk and NASA who want to go to Mars, erect barren planet with nothing on it. And some of the people that I've spoken to believe that the reason they want to go to Mars is because we're messing this planet up. I don't know whether this is true from that as being the reason. That the reason is that we're messing this planet up and humanity needs to survive, so we'll set up a community on Mars, which is a barren, dead world, which they believe they can bring back to life. And my way of thinking is, if you can bring a planet like Mars back into some form of workable, livable condition, where you can reintroduce life and trees and plants, then you can repair this world before it gets to the state that Mars is in. That's the bigger challenge. Not going to Mars, not going to Jupiter, not going to other planets. Repairing this one first. Finding your place. Once you learn how to respect your own world, I think you've earned the right then to travel to the stars, because you will respect the other worlds.